This is actually the biggest news out of the weekend, just for the nation, right? The overall nation. Everything else we've talked about up to this point is really big for particular groups and segments and demographics. But Donald Trump, in the Real Clear average of polls, has pulled ahead of Hillary Clinton by 0.02%. I'm sorry, by 0.2%. So Donald Trump is ahead in the polls, and he is actually leading the ABC News Washington Post poll by 2 points. The Rasmussen reports, we talked about this last week, he's beating her by 5 points. And the Fox News poll, Donald Trump is beating her by 3 points. Now, I talked about the Rasmussen and the Fox News poll last week, and a lot of people were like, well, it's Fox News, and these are just two polls. But now the ABC poll is showing that he's pulling ahead. Now, the thing that should be scary enough to everyone, I don't see the CNN poll here, but the loss of gains, not just the fact that Donald Trump is closing. That's it exactly. He's closing the gap, but her margin that she's winning by in the polls that she's winning, like the CBS New York Times poll and the NBC Wall Street Journal poll, she's winning by a smaller margin. In other words, Donald Trump is he's gaining on her, closing the gap. And if you look at the graphic, you see that they're headed in opposite directions. It's almost like the graph of their polling since from late last year, from October all the way through May of this year, are just complete mirror images of each other, where Donald Trump starts off in the bottom and he moves up, and now he's coming up to intersect with her right at 43.4% and Hillary Clinton at 43.2%. I said all that to say, I don't think the DNC really fathoms how much listen, and this is, let me take off the entire argument about people not liking Hillary Clinton. There's another factor that very few people have talked about in this election that I think is going against Hillary Clinton, is the fact that most people are not going to get up and be excited about a dynasty. Nobody. We were tired of it with George Bush, HW, and then W. And we're absolutely not excited about a Clinton dynasty. Even more so, it's the Clinton-Bush dynasties, right? If you see this as opposite sides of the same coin, which they are, then you would realize that this is a continuation of two feuding families who are actually probably going to get along very well. And you see the Clinton-Bush dynasties, they would have taken up the last, 1988 was when HW got in. So over 30 years of American politics, with a small blip for Barack Obama, has been dynastic between two families. And I think no one is really talking about this because everyone is just saying, oh, nobody likes Hillary Clinton. Yes, I agree. A lot of people don't like Hillary Clinton. A lot of people just don't like the Clintons in general. Some of the reasons are bogus and some of the reasons are legit. But I think what's embedded in these polls is the excitement over somebody who is not a Bush or a Clinton, and that is Trump. And that is very problematic when you see the graph that my awesome producer is going to put on the screen for YouTube. If you see the converging graphs of their polling in the general election, Donald Trump, the trend is way more important than the immediate data point, right? The trend for Donald Trump is that he is on the ascent and Hillary Clinton is on the decline. And this is very problematic if you consider Donald Trump to be one of the worst things that we can do in America. But you can't tell that to the Democratic Party, the Democratic National Committee, because they insist on doing everything they possibly can, including allowing Hillary Clinton to get out of this California debate, the debate that she had originally agreed to with Bernie Sanders. Now she's not going to do the debate, at least by the time I started the show tonight, she was not going to do the debate. You know, you see it play out there. And this is very problematic because America is so far rejecting Hillary Clinton. And I think it has to do more than just people not liking her. More than having problems with our ideology, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that the last 30 years of American politics has been under the control of either a Clinton or a Bush, and now we're vying to get another Clinton in office.